You said the night before we discovered the corpse, you were attacked by someone wearing a mask. If Mikuru Yukusaba murdered before that happened, she obviously couldn't be the one who attacked you. Who then was the masked attacker? The puppet master? They switched places. The masked figure was the puppet master. Since Mikuru Yukusaba was wearing the same mask when we found her body in the garden, I assumed she was the one who attacked me too. But that wasn't the case. Actually, if I remember correctly, the symbol of Fenrir is on her right hand? And the right hand on the one who attacked me in the bedroom doesn't have the Fenrir symbol on it. Right? The masked figure wasn't Mikuru Yukusaba, it was the puppet master. Oh, he's laughing again. What are you laughing about? I'm getting tired of sitting around and listening, so I think I'll get in on the action too. First things first, a question for you, Nagi. All this about me being the one who attacked you is just a conjecture, is it not? There's no way you can know who it was with their face hidden behind a mask like that. I say it was Mikuru Yukusaba. That's what I think. Do you have any evidence that could convince me otherwise? There's absolutely no chance it was Mikuru Yukusaba who attacked me, even if I couldn't see the face behind the mask. By comparing what I could see that night to what I know about Mikuru Yukusaba, about members of Fenrir, the answer is obvious. It's the Fenrir symbol, right? Because it's on her right hand on the corpse we found, and it's not on the right hand of the person who attacked us. So, yay. Why am I using the Monokuma file? I think it's wrong. You couldn't see her face, so you can't really know who it was. I say it was Mikuru Yukusaba. Even not knowing what he looked like, it should be obvious. Looking at one of Mikuru Yukusaba's other distinguishing features. Well, I think it should be her right hand, her left hand, that one, her right leg, oops, her left leg, or maybe her hips. Her hips don't lie! Her right hand, right? I think it's her right. Boom! I was right. I love it when I'm right, because when I'm wrong, bad things happen. Bad things such as starting the game all over again because I didn't save, or because I suck at doing whatever this game tells me to do. Yay. There's a tattoo on Mikuru Yukusaba's right hand. The symbol of Fenrir, a wolf tattoo. But the masked figure who attacked me did not have one. Had no such tattoo. So it's not possible that she was my attacker. Well, alright, I guess it wasn't Mikuru Yukusaba, but still, that doesn't mean I'm the only one left. It could have been someone else. Hakakure Fukawa, Asahina, and I have solid alibis for that night. We were in the gym ripping you apart all night long, so it couldn't have been us, dude. That's what she said? I don't know. Alright, so maybe it wasn't the four of you. But what about Kirigiri? She could have done it too, couldn't she? You're not denying it. Did I hit the nail on the head? Okay, fine. I'll show you. Huh? Show me what? The proof that it wasn't me who attacked Nagi, of course. Having said that, Kirigiri removed her gloves, because in the anime it never showed us what her hands look like. But they're scarred, aren't they? Removed her gloves. Your hand. My heart skipped a beat. Her hand was covered in burn scars. Grotesque burns, aren't they? Okay. So, that's what's on her hands, so it couldn't have been her. I got these burns when I was still an amateur, when I had just started working as a detective. Those are the marks you didn't want others to see. If it means helping unveil the puppet master's identity, I don't particularly mind. Having said that, she clenched her teeth, and slid her hand back into the glove. Those scars should be sufficient evidence. They are. The person who attacked you, Nagi, didn't have injury like mine, did he? No, you're right, I didn't see any burn scars. Then that settles it. The masked figure who attacked Puppet Master that attacked Nagi was undoubtedly the Puppet Master. This sucks. Not only did my secret get found out, but I was forced to see Kirigiri's nasty scars. Oh, now you're gonna just rub it in? Ah, my bad. Slip of the tongue. Did I hurt your feelings? Say whatever you want. It doesn't bother me. So you saying everything's cool as long as you have me cornered? Now, don't get ahead of yourself. I mean, you guys haven't figured anything out about Mikuru Yukusaba's murder yet. All we know right now is that she was killed a while ago. That aside, we're totally in the dark, dude. It's safe to assume that she wasn't already dead at the time we were locked up in here, right? You needn't worry about that. She was, without a doubt, murdered after the commencement of the academic coliseum, which means her murder occurred in a secret without any of us knowing about it. Plus, there was a bunch of... Sorry. Plus, there was a bunch of time between her being killed and us finding her, right? Where was her body all the time? Was it in the garden? If it was left in a place that long, it would have started rotting, just like you. Then it was preserved somewhere? But is there anywhere you could not only hide a body, but preserve one too? We have a morgue. Did you guys not investigate at all? Seriously. Come on, I know I'm the protagonist, but do we have to do all the work? Mikuru Kusawa's body was hidden in the biolab. The biolab on the 5th floor? Stop inviting me to Candy Crush! The lab has been used as a morgue. You could hide a body there, no problem, and preserving it is simple too. So you're saying the body was transported from the lab to the garden? Correct, and there's a reason I think the body's been moved too. The corpse was probably moved from the biolab into the garden. The evidence suggesting that is the item I know made the move. Ah, the vinyl sheet. The reason I believe the corpse was moved from the biolab to the garden is the vinyl sheet we found in the garden. When I was reinvestigating it, I noticed something. There is a small stamp in the corner of the sheet. Ah, it says Biology Lab. I'm surprised you noticed something so tiny. It seems something good has come from your narrow-mindedness, Nagi. Thanks? Anyway, it means that the sheet was originally in the lab. I also found a stack of the same vinyl sheets in the biolab. When the culprit transported the body, he must have wrapped it in that sheet first, and just like that, it sat through the sprinklers, after which the culprit draped it in the lab coat. It all fits together so perfectly. Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion. Do you have any proof that the body was wrapped in a vinyl sheet and moved? I have no proof. I was just sharing my line of reasoning. Yet despite that, you're acting unusually defensive. Defensive? I understand. It must be pretty nerve-wracking whenever our conversation turns towards the biolab. After all, that's where the key to uncovering your identity is hidden, isn't it? The key to uncovering the Puppet Master's identity. There's a contradiction in the biolab, an enormous, impossible-to-ignore contradiction. A contradiction in the biolab? Is she talking about... I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Oh god, he's getting defensive. Oh dear, he's turning into a 5-year-old. Brian, he turned into a 5-year-old. Okay. I was just trying to make it fun. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is entertaining to them. I won't know until I get comments. I'm probably gonna keep this part in. Do you mind, Brian? Okay, he says it's fine. A childish defense. We'll just ignore you and keep going. Alright, now that we're back on track, could the contradiction Kitty said was in the biolab be... By the way, am I too loud? Okay, never mind. Clearly I'm not too loud. You couldn't hear me. Oh hey, Nagi, what do you think about that one thing? What do you mean, that one thing? Of course I'm talking about your family, Nagi. Oh dear, he's distracting us. What? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh my, oh dear, oh my. Is it just me, or does our dad kind of look like the Puppet Master from... no, not the Puppet Master, the Headmaster from the front. I mean, the hair looks similar, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm sure you didn't forget about that video message they left you. I don't know what he's talking about. What was that all about? Do you think they're alright? Why would you bring that up now? Your mother, your father, your sister, whatever could have happened to your family, Nagi. Wouldn't it be tragic if something happened to them? Nagi, he's distracting you. Focus on that later. Focus on it later! Stop playing games. Calm down, Nagi. He's trying to get under your skin. Right, yeah, I need to relax. I can't let him get to me. He's just interfering with us because he doesn't want us to talk about the contradiction in the biolab. So if I want to make him shut up, I've got to find the contradiction and throw it in his face. If I'm correct, the contradiction is in something that doesn't add up correctly. I think it's the number of lights that were on, because they're all wrong, right? There's only 9. Or whatever the number is, I don't remember. Oops, my accuracy is a little off tempo. come on, gotta focus here, gotta stay on tempo. Sorry guys, I'm not talking. It's just that this requires a little bit of focus. Fire the kill shot! Biolab secret, fire! Oops, wrong. Fire! Fire! Yes, there it is! I used the wrong one. See, it was a number of lights, because there's only, 9. And there's 16 students, which means only 9 people are dead. There's a 7th. No, wait. Me, Hagakure, Fukawa, Togami, Asahina, Kirigiri. Okay, there's 6 of us, and then the 7th one is the puppet master. And there's only 9 lights, which accounts for the rest of them. Okay, we're good. I was right. The contradiction in the biolab is in the storage container's lights. Oomph. What are you saying? What's wrong with those lights? I mentioned this already, but the biolab is being used as a morgue. The refrigerated storage units in that room contain the bodies of all your victims. And when the unit is in use, the light on its panel turns blue. In other words, each of the units with a blue light contains a corpse. However, including the container Mikuru Kusaba's body was stored in, there was a total of 9 lights lit. And what does that mean? Chew it up real nice and spoon feed it to me. You want me to baby bird you? Okay. 9 is not the right number of lights. In reality, it actually should be 10. Given what we know, 10 lights should be lit. That's the only number that makes sense. Why wouldn't 9 make sense? Think back on who we've lost so far. I'm sure you'll see why. Yes, the answer lies in everyone we've lost. That's 1. Maizuno was the first. Enoshima was the second. Kawata was the third. Fujisaki is number 4. Uwada's number 5. The 6th and 7th were Ishimaru and Yamada. Celeste was number 8. Ugami was 9. And Mikuru Kusaba was 10. Wait, there are 10 in all? Exactly, given what we know, there should be a total of 10 victims. However, there are only 9 bodies being stored in the biolab. One of the bodies disappeared? I've got it, the puppet master disposed of one of the bodies to get rid of evidence. If he were going to do that, he would have gotten rid of the bodies connected to this case, Mikuru Kusaba's. But her corpse was still there. So, whose body is missing? Actually, there isn't a body missing at all. If nothing's missing, then why don't the numbers match up? Including Monokuma's executions, 10 murders have been taking place. However, there were only 9 victims. That's why. That doesn't make any sense. How could there be less victims than people who were killed? The 10 murders took place, but only 9 people fell victim. Why? What could have caused that to happen? One body was killed. Only 9 murders. There weren't 10 murders, there were only 9. Oops. Not included. Oops. Oh, wait, I'm not. That was the right one. Actually, guys, I'll be right back. I just heard something in the hallway. Sorry, guys. I am back now. It was just my other roommate coming back to the room. Anyway, let's get back to this game. Okay, I picked the wrong one. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, the text is messing up. Let me try to fix that. There we go. Same person killed twice. What if the same person was murdered twice? Huh? Murdered twice? Of the 10 deaths that have occurred, one of those was the murder of someone who had already been killed once. Someone who was already dead got killed again? If that's the case, then there would only be 9 victims despite there have been 10 murders. Well, yeah, sure, but that's quite probable. In fact, that's exactly what happened. It sounds like you not only know that, but also who was killed the second time. Of course, it was Mikuru Kusaba. In other words, before being killed as Mikuru Kusaba, she was killed as someone else. And that explains why, before we found her body in the garden, it was being stored in the biolab. No, that couldn't be. There's no way Mikuru Kusaba was killed as someone else. Anyway, who is this someone else? Her cause of death should tell you everything you need to know. It said multiple death wounds, right? And there's only one person who was killed with multiple stab wounds. I'm not gonna say it right now because it should be a surprise, but shouldn't it? So, let's keep going. That won't tell you nothing. After all, it's just your crazy fantasy, kitty kitty. Again, if you figured it out already by this point, good for you, but for those of you who have just been following blindly and not really paying attention, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Not yet. You think Mikuru Kusapa was killed by someone else? Oops. Oops. Was that someone Saiga Miyazuno, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kawata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Uwada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada, Celestia, what's her face? Or could it be Sakura Ugami? No, no, no. Someone getting killed twice is just ridiculous. Mikuru Kusaba died as a result of numerous wounds all over her body. Okay, yes, yes, here it is, here it is. It is, and I get to say it when it comes up. Junko Enoshima. What? That weren't you what the hell? That was a steep penalty. What the hell? I thought that's what I was gonna say. What? 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 What else am I supposed to use here? Come on, that's what I'm supposed to use, right? Someone getting killed twice. No. Oh wait, come on, come on. I really don't want to mess this up. Do I use what her last line and then do this? Because I already spoiled it for everyone. It's Junko, because she got stabbed multiple times. Okay, there we go. Okay, I was right. Well, second time, whatever. So, it's fine. But yeah, it was Junko. She was stabbed multiple times with those spears, which would account for, Mikuru Kusaba's multiple wounds. Okay, we got this. Junko Enoshima. The wounds that killed her and the wounds that killed Mikuru Kusaba are fairly similar, aren't they? What do you mean by similar? What I'm saying is, Enoshima was impaled by a whole bunch of spears, and that's how she died. Mikuru Kusaba's death was a large number of wounds covering her body. Junko Enoshima's cause of death was a large number of spears piercing her body. Sorry guys, I'm trying to hold in burps. They aren't just similar, they're the same. Yes, and they're the only two causes of death so eerily identical. And for that reason, I believe that those two bodies belong to the same person. So what you're saying is that the skewered body of Junko Enoshima was preserved in the biolab, and then after nearly 3 weeks it was taken out again. And appeared before us as Mikuru Kusaba. The pieces fit, don't they? It explains how the wounds that killed her weren't inflicted recently. So it's true, Shima's corpse and Mikuru Kusaba's corpse belong to the same person. Wait, but then... Huh? What does that mean? Since there were actually 9 victims, not 10, it means that someone we thought was dead is actually still alive. And they're the puppet master. Who is it, dude? Who is the puppet master? Isn't it obvious Mikuru Kusaba? She's still alive. She used Enoshima's corpse to make it appear as though she herself was dead. Therefore, Mikuru Kusaba is still alive. She has to be. You have nothing to say. Oops. Am I right? I'm right, aren't I? Mikuru Kusaba is alive. Mikuru Kusaba is alive. No, she's not, because her corpse is in the morgue, and it matches the measurements perfectly. But is that really the case? No, I don't think it is. It's not possible for her to be alive. So that means it's Junko. Nice. Oh yeah, the student profile. I think that's what we're going to be using. Oops. There we go. I find in the garden. Oops. So Mikuru Kusaba is alive. Yeah, she apparently the water is yours. So was the puppet master. Crickets. Okay, let me just read that again because one of the texts didn't show up. There we go. There we go. We're getting through this. We're getting through this. Hopefully, we'll be done in like 2 hours. We're encroaching on the first hour, so hopefully this trial will be done by the end of the first hour, a little after, and then we'll get to the end of the game. No, there's no question that the body we found in the garden was Mikuru Kusaba. Her body measurements match the information Mikuru Kusaba's student. Her body measurements match the information in Mikuru Kusaba's student profile exactly. Isn't that right, Kitty Kitty? Mikuru Kusaba's height is 169 centimeters. Her weight is 44 kilograms. Her bust 80 centimeters, weight is 55 centimeters, hip 82 centimeters. All of which exactly match the corpse. And to top it off, there's also her femur tattoo. I'm positive it was Mikuru Kusaba's body. But if she's not alive, then who? Someone who's actually alive is pretending to be dead. And there's only one person it could be. Make an accusation. Okay. Where is she? There she is. And I'm right, aren't I? Yep, when it shows that A+ thing, I'm right. Junko Enoshima. She is the one who's still alive. It couldn't be anyone else. Is that really true, though? Huh? I will admit, as long as Mikuru Kusaba is dead, there's only one. The only other possibility is Junko Enoshima. However, we watched her get skewed before her very eyes. For Junko Enoshima to still be alive, her death would have to be a performance. But you yourself confirmed that she was dead, did you not? Come to think of it. I gently brought my hand to Enoshima's dead body. This was a long time ago, wow. Like they do on TVs and movies, I checked her pulse in her neck and her wrist. She's really dead. There's no blah blah blah. I confirmed that she had died with my own hands. Enoshima was dead. There's no question that she was dead. Then all this about her being alive is probably wrong. Then you've already retracted your claim? Oh no. And you tried so hard to. I feel for you, Nagi, but it seems like your logic wasn't quite so logical. Too bad, so sad. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Of course, Kitty Kitty comes to save the day. Oh? You haven't given up yet, have you, Nagi? Huh? Of course not. There's no way I'd give up. Well, I'm glad you haven't given up. How do you plan to clear this problem you've gotten yourself into? Junko Enoshima is unmistakably dead, and Mikuru Kusaba is also unmistakably dead. So they're both dead. We're the only survivors. What about flipping the problem on its head? Huh? Flipping it on its head? Assuming Junko Enoshima is alive, how did she manage to survive? How she survived? A stand-in? I confirmed it myself, so I'm positive she's dead. If she's alive, despite that, then does that mean it wasn't Junko Enoshima who was murdered? That it wasn't Junko Enoshima, but someone else, using some sort of trick? Is it another Epiphany anagram? Yep it is. It's probably like a stand-in or something. Switch? Switch. There we go. That was easy. I'm trying to get this as quickly as possible, because this trial is really long. There's not really much to say besides comments and like trying to figure out who it is. Wow. My accuracy has been perfect this one. I've got it. What if Junko Enoshima switched places with someone? Switch places. What I'm saying is, she switched places with someone before being killed, and that someone was Mikuru Kusaba. If so, then that would make the murder reused in the the body reused in the garden murder Mikuru Kusaba's as well. On top of that, Junko Enoshima's measurements match the info in Mikuru Kusaba's student profile. But if they switch places, how do you explain what we saw that day, dude? That was most definitely Shima who got speared. And anyway, when exactly did they switch places? Did she perhaps use some secret ninja art to switch places just before she was killed? Yeah, there isn't any way they could have made the switch. I guess we're on the wrong track. There is a way. There is one way the two of them could have switched the place that covers all possible issues. From the beginning. She was never there. It's likely that the two of them had switched places from the beginning. Huh? From the beginning? From the first time we met. If we assume that the two of them had already switched places then. I love my tongue-tiedness, sometimes. It sounds funny. There's no need to make the switch just before she's killed. Because the person who was killed with Mikuru Kusaba all along. Wait, then the Shima we met was actually Mikuru Kusaba? So that means we've actually met Mikuru Kusaba. I even talked to her like it was no big deal. We all met knowing little about one another. So the moment Mikuru Kusaba introduced herself as Junko Enoshima, We had no way of telling the difference. And that's how they switched places, by doing so before anyone could notice. But hey, didn't Mikuru Kusaba have a tattoo on the back of her hand? There wasn't a tattoo on Enoshima's hand though, was there? I'm sure she kept it hidden using foundation or something. And as a result, the explosion and the water used to put out the fire came off, revealing the tattoo. And on that note, the fake nails on Mikuru Kusaba's corpse, well, that came back to bite her in the butt, are the same red fake nails Junko Enoshima wore. But if she was using foundation, yes, that means the lack of a tattoo is insufficient proof that someone is Mikuru Kusaba. So you did us a huge favor by not catching that during the discussion who attacked Naegi. Too bad for you, Monokuma. It's too late to deny it now. Seriously, this whole thing has been in the works from the get-go. I must admit, it's quite an elaborate scheme having Mikuru Kusaba assume the role of Junko Enoshima. And they were able to pull off something so elaborate because they were working together. For her to be working with Mikuru Kusaba, a member of Super Duper High School Despair, that means it's possible that Junko Enoshima is also a member of Super Duper High School Despair. What's wrong? Did you lose your will to argue? He's just scared, that's all. I would be scared, you're standing right next to him. Scared? Scared of what? Fear and terror are emotions rooted in hope. All I have is despair. No such emotions mean nothing to me. Then why the silent routine? Because you're retarded. You really think I'm Junko Enoshima? As if. Then tell me why you tried to obscure information about the real Junko Enoshima. I tried to obscure information about Enoshima, and when did I do that? I didn't think he'd admit it so easily, but try as he might, he's not fooling me, because I've caught on to his tricks. He hasn't hidden information just once, but twice. The first time the Puppet Master concealed something was during my investigation. No. What is it? I don't remember what it is. That one. What about it? Oh god. I don't know what to pick. I don't know what it is. It's not on my mind during my investigation.